Hey guys, welcome. My name's Chris Rongstad. Today we're going to talk about horticulture cameras. Anyways, so about 5 years ago, I was in the middle of the pandemic and I was trying to grow my produce at home, just like so many of us. And I had to leave, I had to go away on a vacation, and I was in the middle of a project. So I was like, man, there's got to be a way for me to stay in tune. So I did a bunch of things to try to give myself control and peace of mind while I was away. I just wanted to know if my plants were being watered or if there was enough water in them. So I stuck a little stake in the soil that told me how moist the soil was. And then I stuck a camera in front of it so I could see how moist the soil was while I was away for about a week. And of course, I seen that little needle go over just like all the way to the dry side. But the camera that I used was called a canary camera. It's pretty cool. It tells you about the temperature, the humidity, and the CO2. And I realized I was going through a lot of effort to give myself control and peace of mind while I was away on this vacation. So I realized there's got to be a better way to do it. So when I got back from vacation, I started designing something. And then I filed a patent in 2021 for the first horticulture camera, and this is a worldwide thing. I have my this is a patent search right here. You got to pay $400, and this shows you everybody's inventions that are even remotely related. And the U.S. government said, "Hey, Chris, nobody else is doing this. Feel free to proceed." So I did. Over the last so many years, I filed 2 patents, and basically they're pretty much what you're seeing on the market right now from these leading companies that we're all familiar with. It's unfortunate. I reached out to those companies to collaborate. They ignored my emails and just went on without me. So I'm here to defend myself and give myself a little traction, gain some excitement, and tell you guys why horticulture cameras are so important. So the first thing I want to talk about is security. So these cameras give the operator control and peace of mind while they're away for longer periods of time. And when you add a power utility box connected to the camera system, you got control. So basically, you're giving and taking power away to different utilities based on timers, schedules, and thresholds, as well as AI and manual switches. And basically, you can plug in whatever you want to plug into the system. It's adaptable for your grow method. It's modular, so you can even scale up from a home hobbyist level to a commercial level, all in one system. And that's the thing, it's all on one system. No more logging in and out of all these different programs and apps just to control your environment. One interface controls everything and gives you lots of data. So one of the things that my system will do is it'll use AI to detect and identify specific nutrient deficiencies and give corrective advice. It's going to do this a few different ways that are super intuitive and super exact. It's also going to detect rate of growth, ripeness of produce, and sex of plant, as well as other things as time goes on and updates come. Another thing that it's going to do when you're bringing home new utilities and new nutrients, you're going to scan them in with the QR code on the manufacturer label or on the back of the nutrient bottle. Now we all know that nutrients has the NPK scores, and as a grower you have to calculate these scores and stay mindful so that you don't overdose your plants. Well, my system, when you're scanning the nutrients in, it's going to know exactly what you're using. It's going to know if it's a reputable product, if people approve of it, and how well it's worked for other people. Anyways, it's going to know the NPK score, and it's going to say, hey Chris, you're using these other nutrients, so be careful, because by combining these nutrients you run the risk of creating this type of nutrient deficiency and burning your leaves. It'll look like this. It's going to show you an image teaching you about nutrient deficiencies, and it's going to tell you, hey, we recommend backing off a little bit on these other nutrients to balance them out. It might even tell you to add another nutrients to balance out even better. But that's going to keep you from burning your plants. And not only is it going to tell you what to look out for, it's going to use its camera lenses to look out for it itself. It's going to anticipate certain nutrient deficiencies based on what you're using, right? So that's really cool. Nobody else is doing anything like that. And then also when you're hooking up utilities, you're going to scan the QR code on the manufacturer label. It's going to say, oh, you're hooking up at SF1000. Where do you want to hook it up at? I want to hook it up in outlet 8. How do you want to control it? It's a light, so I want to control it with the schedule. And then you move on. You hook up all your utilities and nutrients that way. And another thing that you can do is when you're buying genetics, you know, these geneticists have perfected the environment in which these specific strains grow. So on their label, they can tell you, hey, this is a tropical plant. It likes a little more heat. And you can scan the QR code on the genetics, and the system will duplicate the environment that the breeder originally set, or the geneticist set. So you can literally duplicate the environment that the geneticist set just by scanning the QR code and letting the system do the work. Now, another thing that these QR codes is going to do that's really cool for the grow system is that it's all about making a really cool time-lapse video that's super intuitive, because you can look back at any given time to see what was happening in the grow environment. Because my system uses time-lapse photography as a timeline to record and capture all of these atmospheric values, as well as soil conditions, water conditions, atmospheric conditions, and any conditions you need to monitor. So like I said, it's adaptable. And when you share the video, you have a chance to showcase a slide that's going to show off everything you used to grow, everything you used to get from point A to point B, which is basically the length of the video. It's going to show which utilities you use, which nutrients you use, which genetics you grew, and how well it turned out. Now, people are going to be able to see the actual performance because you're creating a time-lapse video, right? So there's going to be a lot of truth in that, because if you're using shitty products and you're sharing the video, excuse my language, it's going to show that. So my system is designed to promote the good utilities and the good products, the good nutrients, the good genetics, and weed out the bad stuff. Pun intended, okay? Let's get rid of the weedy stuff. Anyways, that's kind of a dumb joke, but listen, I think you're kind of starting to understand the magnitude of what I'm creating here. Now, I have this patented, I have it protected, and I'm ready to talk about it now, right? I'm hoping to get some investors, because this is going to create an online community. My invention is going to appeal to security camera companies, integrated smart home systems, big ag, plant biology, AI. It ties in with all these multi-billion-dollar industries. And now here's another thing: camera concepts. They're almost all multi-billion-dollar industries. There's very few camera concepts that didn't get that big, and it's probably just because they're not used very much. But let's face it, cameras are all around us and more prevalent as time goes by. I'm sorry that I'm creating something that's going to put cameras in your grow room, but well, listen, we're already putting cameras in our grow room. We're putting security cameras, we're putting time-lapse cameras, and in some cases we're even putting cameras that tell us information about plants. But that's kind of new, and that's what I'm doing, and that hasn't really been done so much yet. Okay, this is this new industry of horticulture cameras that is on the horizon. It has barely begun, and I see it being a multi-billion-dollar industry in just a couple years. Okay, that's why I filed the first 2 patents, and I'd like to put these patents to use. I need an angel investor. I need a business partner. I need maybe some crowdfunding. If you guys want to place some orders, if you believe in what I'm doing, you're like, shut up and take my money, I want to buy the first one, let me know. You guys can reach me at thehorticulturecamera.com, and you can email me at Chris at thehorticulturecamera.com. And I'd love to hear what people have to say. Leave some comments. Yeah, guys, I really appreciate your time. Thank you for watching my video. There's going to be more to come. I'd like to build my prototype and take it on the road. I want to go to conventions. I want to let these 2 big companies that are trying to take what I've worked for, I want to let them know I'm in this too, and you're not going to do it without me. So yeah, help me, guys. This is my American dream, and I'd like to pursue it. Thank you for watching.